What's up, anime fam? It's the Dark Unknown, and this, so you know, right off the bat, is not a part of the main video you're about to watch. This was recorded in post about a week later after the fact, and so I just wanted to give you guys an announcement now that while I was going through editing, I noticed that this particular movie, Arrival, if you didn't already know, you clicked on it, is incredibly dark, even for me, the viewer who was watching without any transparency at all. And as I was going through it in editing, even though while I was watching it, I noticed this fact and I realized that it was too dark to be viable. So I tried to turn the transparency up. I literally over doubled it. I turned it up way brighter, and it was still hard to see. Because again, it was hard to see without any transparency. So even with turning it up halfway through the movie, as I was going through editing it, I personally felt it was not up to my own standard of quality. If this was a video that I found on YouTube and I was trying to watch, I would have been upset. And so knowing that, I couldn't in good conscience put it out. So, because of my own personal mistake, this one time and this one time only, I will be giving you guys this full-length version for free. Check down in the description. It should be there. And that's pretty much all I got to say about that. I will be trying to get an extra movie up this week to the people that are subscribed to my Patreon. All one of you. By the way, shout out to you. Much love. I really appreciate it. And so for you who are paying for this, I will be trying to get out an extra movie early for you this week. So, you don't feel like I'm giving away what you're paying for free, which I would totally understand. So I'm going to try and get you something extra and anybody else that wants to subscribe in the meantime. But for now, this movie, I felt there was no other way to go about it. I feel like I kind of owe it to you guys. Like I said, I'd be disappointed if I clicked on this video and it's essentially just a black screen. So this reaction in the description, full length. Hope you guys enjoy it. Please subscribe and like to my channel for more stuff in the future. And I think that's about it. So going directly from this, we'll jump right into the original filming of my reaction. I'll still have my intro and my outro. Might still have a little footage in between there just so you guys could see what I'm talking about and how useless this footage was. And that's about it. I hope you guys appreciate this. I appreciate you. Like I said, don't forget to like and subscribe. And that's about it, guys. Go ahead and enjoy Arrival while I myself, I'm going to go watch some One Piece. Man, this shirt's straight out the laundry and it's still wrinkly. I can't win. What's up, fam? This is Dark Unknown. We are back again, this time with another movie reaction. And today we will be doing Arrival. So, randomly, I just found out that this is another Denis Villeneuve movie, who I finally learned how to pronounce his name once I realized that he was French-Canadian. And that he had the same last name as Gilles Villeneuve, who is a Formula One driver who also had a kid. I forget his kid's first name. Jacques Villeneuve, I believe. I want to say. Pretty sure. Call them the Formula One drivers. Most of you probably won't know them. Formula One's not big here in the States. But I'm a big Formula One and MotoGP fan. And I'm also a big Denis Villeneuve fan now. And so, I knew he did Sicario. And I knew that going into Prisoners, which I just finished the other night, which was really good. Really good. And I did not know, even though Arrival was already on my list of movies to watch, I did not know that it was another movie by him. And so I am now more excited to see Arrival. And on top of that, haven't gotten to it yet, but Blade Runner is still on my list. And I also found out that he did the sequel, the 2049, 2047 Blade Runner, whatever you want to call it. Excuse me. So I will eventually be getting to that. So all of a sudden, I am very quickly turning into a Denis Villeneuve channel. Completely by accident. But I'm enjoying it. And so what I know about this movie is that it is about aliens. I don't want to call it an alien invasion movie because, to my knowledge, it's not really about like an invasion or a battle or anything like that. It's more like a Close Encounters of the Third Kind style, where it's more about first contact and communication. And I know it's got Pratt, Jennifer Lawrence, pretty sure it was Jennifer Lawrence, and I just found out from watching like 10 seconds of the trailer, a nice surprise, Forrest Whitaker is in this movie. Did not know that until just a few minutes ago. Personally, big fan of Forrest Whitaker. I think he's a very underrated actor. I've been watching him for years. He was really good in Phone Booth. I think it's a really underrated movie. And a throwback to classic buddy cop movies, a movie I bet you no one's ever seen. Go ahead and check it out if you haven't. Highly recommended if you could find it. There's a movie called Downtown. I believe it was from the late 80s, early 90s. It was a buddy cop movie in the vein of like the 48 Hour, Eddie Murphy styles. You know, it was a little bit of exploitation film in that sense. It was kind of cashing in on the vibe at the time. Buddy cop movies were real big. Lethal Weapon and things like that. And so it was the opposite of Beverly Hills Cop, where instead of sending a ghetto cop to a nice rich white neighborhood, they sent a rich neighborhood white cop to a ghetto neighborhood where Forrest Whitaker was his partner. And that movie is absolutely hilarious. And he's been in a bunch of other stuff, but in general, I've just been a big fan of Forrest Whitaker, so I'm really excited to see that he's in this movie. I was excited to find out that Denis Villeneuve had directed it. I'm a big fan of his work so far, everything I've seen. I don't think he's had a miss for me yet. I haven't looked up his entire body of work. I don't know what all he has and hasn't done. I just know that everything I think I've seen from him, I have enjoyed. Like I said, Sicario was off the channel. I'd watched that a couple of years ago, but I really enjoyed that. That's what led me on to Prisoners, and now here we are at Arrival. Like I said, by happenstance, didn't even know he was involved. I just knew that it was a movie that came out recently that was pretty well liked that I never got around a chance to watching, so I figured it'd be a good thing to do on the channel. So I think without further ado, that's about it. We're going to go ahead and get into it, and this is going to be Denis Villeneuve's Arrival.
Language is the foundation of civilization. It is the glue that holds the people together. It is the first weapon drawn in a conflict.
Luis, this is Ian Donnelly. Luis Banks, Ian Donnelly.
Where's that Jason Bateman?
Well, you wrote it.
It's hard to tell with like the black light.
It's the kind of thing you write as a preface. Dazzle them with the basics.
Yeah, it's great. Even if it's wrong.
It's wrong.
Well, the cornerstone of civilization isn't language, it's science.
No, I think that's Jeremy Renner.
Ian is a theoretical physicist from Los Alamos. You'll be reporting to me, but you'll be working with him when you're in the show.
That's what they call him, the UFO.
Priority one. What do they want? Where are they from?
And beyond that, how did they get here?
I'll talk over that just a little bit. Don't hate me. I'm gonna back that up slightly just so I make sure I'm following
Ian
everything.
It's great. Even if it's wrong.
I caught that when I talked a bit.
Well, the cornerstone of civilization isn't language, it's science.
Ian is a theoretical physicist from Los Alamos. You'll be reporting to me, but you'll be working with him when you're in the show.
I would argue that it would be math.
That's what they call him, the UFO.
I mean, don't they say math is the universal language? And you think as a physicist, that would be his answer.
And beyond that,
especially playing a mother of a child that fully grew up and lived a life and died of cancer in their teens or early 20s. They weren't specific, but... Holy shit, let's try and do this. I would like to quote Soo Young's father in saying, when it comes to Amy Adams' mind, I don't know how it works, but I know it's important. Let's go over a few things. To start with, I know that she said time is non-linear for them. That's damn straight. Like, holy shit. No pun intended, damn straight. Non-linear. Bars. So. Oh, God. This is a brain melter. So. In the future, she was able to decode their language, and their language being decoded and being learned gave her the gift of seeing through time in a nonlinear fashion herself, allowing her past self to see the future. Don't even get me started on the chicken or the egg argument about how they survived the first situation to get through to the future where she fixed everything. Talk about nonlinear. Aside from that, like I said, I understand the concept. Next step. From my understanding, she's also lived at least 3 lives non-linearly, because you have the memory she had of the version of the life where she told her husband about the future and he left her. Then you have the future they wind up with at the end where she doesn't tell him and they live happily ever after until sadly the daughter dies. I mean, happily ever for a while. And then you have the life that she had led up to that point. So you have like the current timeline along with 2 separate possible future timelines, but she has full memories of both. So she's lived through her daughter dying like 3 times before she's even born. Like, my God. So, but then that raises questions for me along the lines of, if in this future she not only understands this language but has written a book on this language, as we've seen as apparently some kind of college professor, I'm assuming, teaching this language, then in this future, wouldn't everyone, or at least a lot of people, have the ability to then see through time and then completely mess with the past, present, future all at once? Like, this just opens up such a paradoxical box of... This is, you know, like when you go to the attic after a long time, to get out the Christmas tree lights, and they're just in that giant knotted bundle. That's what this movie's ending is to me. Oh my God. Really enjoyed the movie overall, besides all my theories and deductions and all that crap. As a film, I really enjoyed the experience. It wasn't flawless. I had the first couple of times in a Villeneuve movie where I'm like, I don't really understand, or I don't know where this is going, and in a negative way. Like I said, with the explosion, I didn't quite comprehend the thing behind that, the reasoning behind that, the logistics behind that, of how these nobody soldiers got their hands on this kind of equipment, past security and all this stuff, if they were just a couple of random dickheads that were paranoid and scared and wanted to get the aliens first, knowing that there's still 11 other ships that will retaliate. I mean, there's just so many things behind that I don't get. I'm going to try to leave that one alone. But the point is, the movie wasn't perfect, but it was really damn good. This is kind of one of those movies I was talking about a little bit when I was watching Prisoners, where they're almost a little too open-ended. Like, it leaves me racking my brain so hard about all the things that could be without ever being. Now my brain's living multiple timelines in a moment. So overall, though, I really enjoyed the film. It was really good. And again, unintentionally got more Villeneuve movie coming in the future with Blade Runner, but I think that's about it, other than maybe getting the Enemy. And again, from the Enemy trailer that I did watch, it had me intrigued, but also a little nervous. So we'll see. Maybe you guys can give me your opinion on that Enemy and whether it's worth watching, or if I'm going to walk out of that going like, okay, my brain don't work no more. Almost happened here, but like I said, I think I get the whole concept. It's a hell of a concept to try and grasp. It is a mind bender. So I appreciate you guys being here to me. I really appreciate it. I enjoyed the hell out of it, even if it's confusing as hell. But like I said, I think I get it. That's it for now, guys. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Really appreciate you spending your time here with me, enjoying the movie. And I think that's about it, man. You guys have a good one. I'll see you next time. Thank you very much. And I'm out.